Anyone in lacrosse here? What about track? Anyone? You run track? Long distance or what? Mile? What do you run it in? Smoking. Drew, Isabella, Riley, Matthew, Knox, Brooklyn, Samuel. No Sam today? Sam's skipping. Yeah. He's actually on that one. One of my juniors is like, oh, can I make up the test? I was like, yeah, you can make it up. What are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm gonna go watch like March Madness. He said you have the whole day to watch March Madness. Liberty, Drew, Linnea, Nadia, Noah. Staffing, Peyton, Caleb, Alexandra, Abiel, Malia, Samantha, Maxine, Ishni, Ingrid, Aislinn, Leah. Samantha. Alright, so who needs more time? Few of you. We'll give you like 5 more minutes to work on these questions. Yep. So at 10:15 we'll talk about them. You guys figure out the answers. If you guys don't know who created your cartoon, you can use that reverse Google search. Which one? No, what is it? No, how it works. Remember, I'm going to post one of these cartoons on your test, so it's good you know who's behind them, so you can answer it one at a time.
LSU? Alright, so what's the main idea here in this photo number 1?
That there are human representatives for 3 different countries trying to split up land.
And what are those countries?
Britain, Germany, and Russia.
What did you find with the grab bag? What do you think that represents?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's kind of like just what they own.
Yeah. What do you think they're putting in that bag? The resources, good. So what was the first thing that struck you when you were looking at this cartoon?
I just said that the countries were like just kind of owning the other countries. They weren't taking into consideration people of those places.
Yeah. It's certainly true this time. How did the cartoonist depict the people?
He depicted them with military clothes,
Yeah, good. So what would you say, what kind of message is you trying to convey by having them dress in military clothes?
I said that since they're like the powers of the world, they're trying to convey that they're powerful more than others.
Yeah. And they're not doing this by peaceful means, right? That military is an aspect of it. So what do you think the cartoonist is trying to persuade people to believe?
I said that the cartoonist is like persuading people that these are countries that just do others like
Yeah.
like they're just property. So that countries don't very nice people and stuff.
Good, yeah, they're just taking what they want and justifying it through nationalism like we talked about. And then who created your cartoon?
Thomas Nast.
Very good. Alright, group 2. What you got here? What are we looking at? Nice. Big stick. What's the big stick? So that's, you think it's a metaphor for the power the U.S. has in U.S. enemies? Yeah. Good. Yeah, that advanced technology, right? Those steel ships that we're starting to create. Very good. What else? What was the first thing that struck you?
Probably the big stick.
Yeah.
It has his name.
What about the size?
Him?
The size of Roosevelt, yeah. And then, is there anything significant about where he is?
Oh, it's in like he's in like the Latin countries. Like
Yeah.
just. Oh, it says the policy like was an intervention in Latin American nations. And it prevented European powers.
And then who created the cartoon?
William Allen.
Very good. All right. Group 3. What are we looking at here?
Looking at like the European countries, here like African countries.
Yeah.
They're all taking care of Africa.
And what struck you? Like, what was the first thing you noticed about this cartoon?
Like the sizes of how the sizes are different each country. It's like really showing how much power they had in
Yeah.
imperialism of Africa.
Another thing is like there's like a lot of countries.
And then, what did you notice about? What struck you about the guys representing the country? Yeah. And then, what about what's around their heads? What is that?
Sweat. I'm kind of worried. Competition.
Good competition, right? Yeah. So they're sweating because they're all trying to divvy up Africa, and Africa's being taken in entirety. So they have to act as fast as they can to get what they can to get the countries that are still available before everything's taken. So yeah, they're very good. Symbols. So what do you think the overall message is? Like, what is he trying to persuade a reader who would be looking at this cartoon?
Just kind of like raise awareness about what's happening in Africa and showing how much countries are being targeted against each other.
Yeah. And they think it's theirs, right? Does this look like they have any concern for who or what they're taking?
No, it just looks like they're in a hurry.
Exactly. Who created it?
David Bainbridge here.
And what time? What period was that? If you had to guess. Late 1800s. Yeah. I would say late 1800s. All right, group 4.
So we said that this is the international struggle for Africa,
Yeah.
and one thing that struck us was all the people around Africa were returns, showing that like there's death everywhere.
Right. Different forms of death, right? Yeah. And who might all of these people be?
Europe bringing all these things.
The European powers, right? Good. So how is the cartoonist depicting these European powers? Do you think he's for them or against them based on against, yeah. So what do you think he's trying to persuade the people looking at this cartoon?
He's trying to persuade them to make Europe treating Africa the bad thing because Europe brought all these things to Africa.
Yeah. Right, they said they were trying to help them, right? From their lens, from their point of view, they're doing them a favor. Meanwhile, we have famine, drought, hunger, poverty, disease, dictatorship, civil war. Who created your cartoon? Good. All right, group 5.
I noticed that there's a hat, whoever that is.
Yeah.
And he has strings that connect to him, that connect to Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and that like he's crossing something, and it looks like he's like controlling it or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And
What about what he's wearing?
he wears like a military something.
So what do you think? What do you think that? What message is that trying to convey to the readers?
Like crossing Africa like as a soldier, or like trying to.
Which means what? He's taking it by force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking it by force. This isn't a peaceful taking of the land, right? not treating the natives in a good way, right? So yeah, so the size of it struck me, right? So what do you think that could mean that he stretched out all across Africa?
You like force like all the people to be slave for something. And like his size.
They're taking everything.
Yeah.
They're not leaving any part of Africa unclaimed. Yeah. And then what were you gonna say about his size?
His size is probably like. So you know how it's small, like the country is small. His size probably means that he's taking over the whole country. He's like really powerful or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's trying to convey that message of power. I feel like also it's kind of noteworthy that he's stepping on the country too.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of sending a message that obviously the Europeans don't care. They're stepping all over Africa. Yeah, for sure, harming them by stepping on them. So who created this?
It was created by someone called Edward Gill.
Very good. Group 6. This is a good one. There's a lot to this.
When I just read it. Okay. We first noticed the big baskets with the red ribbon. And the image shows the white men having to carry the natives since the white man's burden.
Yeah.
So
And what do they mean by the white man's burden?
but it's a burden to have to deal with them. I don't know. To have to carry them.
Yeah, it's like a necessary evil dealing with them, right? Even though they're benefiting from it, right, by stealing all those resources. But yeah, that's how they're twisting it. Good.
That's showing the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about the terrain?
I can't really see that far.
What is he stepping? What is he stepping on?
What's he saying?
Like rocks and stuff.
Rock. So is that an easy path for him? No, exactly. So it's further conveying the burden, right? Because not only does he have to lift a whole basket full of people, he also has to climb up all these big boulders that are going to be hard to traverse. So it's further bringing home this idea, right, that it's such a burden, right? Like having to go and imperialize these natives, whereas we know they're there for their own benefit, but they're acting like, oh, we're doing all this work, helping them. So, what do you think it was trying to persuade the people viewing this?
That the white men were doing the hard work and not the natives. That like the natives were bad.
Right. Yeah. That the white people were doing the hard work. Yeah. So this would have been more of a cartoon that would sympathize with the European cause of imperialization rather than the native cause. And who created your cartoon?
Victor Gillum.
All right, group 7. What do we have here?
It's showing European imperialism, and it represents like France and Britain's oppression and violence throughout there, just like killing everybody. And the political event that was based off this was the Treaty of Fez. And it was
Good.
when French expansion continued in Morocco and British continued in Egypt, but New York were to have a truce.
Hence them clinking glasses. What about the woman in the background? Did you guys find any information on that?
No, I actually couldn't. I see that they're hanging them on the back.
Could be a native right from that area, from the Middle East. And then what do you think it was trying to persuade the people who would be looking at this cartoon?
That France and Britain like didn't care. They were just
Yeah, exactly. It's for their own benefit. They're all like high and mighty, having a good old time, like clinking glasses. when they're standing on top of the bodies of the native people. Did you find, or no? Okay. Group 8.
The thing that stood out first was the giant tail octopus that has his tail, like each of his tentacles, like grabbing the other consonants, and that the man is.
So what does this tell you about the English Empire at this time?
It was attempting to control or take the
Yeah, so there's that saying, the sun never sets on the British Empire. It's that idea that the British Empire is so vast, right? It stretches across every continent. So they're the most powerful imperialist nation at the time. So they have their hand in everything. So what do you think this is trying to convey to the readers?
like the dominance the British Empire has and like the control they have.
What do you think? Do you think they would view England in a positive light? Why do you think they wouldn't?
Since they have like they would think they're too controlling since they have a piece of like all the parts of England.
But just looking at it simply, why do you think if someone was looking at this? What about the guy with the tentacles? What do you think when you see this guy with this top hat and all these like, huh? Yeah, is this portraying him in a positive light? No, he's a sea creature. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely created this to make Britain look evil. Obviously, portraying them as a sea creature. So just in simple terms, looking at this, they see Britain and the imperialism as a plague, right? As a monster. Good. Did you guys figure out who created it? And then do we have a group 9? Just 8. Okay. So we're gonna do some quick notes, and then we're going to play a simulation game. So the notes play right into the cartoons we've been looking at. We got like 6 slides. It's not a lot of notes today. I want to get to the simulation.